Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at SUI, see what's going on. Definitely on the pullback, but obviously most people saw this fake out here, right? You don't take it long into a key level resistance on a descending trend. It's just not a smart call. So hypothetically, at this point, we're going to be looking at some good entries on the way down because it's expected for Bitcoin to continue to pull back. We got a CME gap here as low as 85 to 89,000, that little range there. So if Bitcoin doesn't rally or close above 90,000 today, which is probably still going to be a false positive, we're more likely than not going to see a pullback for Bitcoin. And if so, what do you think is going to happen to SUI? Probably the same thing. It's not going to be a very sweet situation, okay? I hope you saw what I did there because I do try hard to make things very punny here. Honestly, they're very terrible jokes, so I hope you don't have to feel obligated to laugh, but what I want to get at here is that if you hit the like button, I'll feel very good inside and hope that you continue to do that every single video. Thank you so much. All right, so let's talk a little bit about liquidation delta and data on the back end here for SUI. Tons of liquidation between 325 and 350. Those are local shorts here that are currently in profit. We can see previous longs in the $2.40 to $2 range as a rough estimate for that lower area. So we're kind of smack dab in the middle of that range. Nothing super telling here, letting us know that we're going to go in either direction. Just know there's still a very significant amount of macro liquidation at 250 as low as about 225. Okay, now I have a DCA target at 235 roughly. I hope that gets filled. Call me a cynic, but I just love to average into the price as the price pulls back for coins like this. Okay, that's just me personally. I've been dollar cost averaging pretty consistently. If you're not familiar with that, I posted some of my DCA targets late last week or over the weekend. Either way, we don't need to worry about that. What we want to look at here is liquidation delta. We have shifted bearish here at this point, so it's usually a bad idea to consider longs because there's more shorts in the market right now. Okay? Now the funny thing is most other coins, including Bitcoin, are exuding a lot of bullish behavior still with a liquidation delta that's quite high. Here's Bitcoin's liquidation delta. It's still at about 10 billion. Okay, so it's that false positive that a lot of folks feel confident in taking along, when truth is I'm looking for a short in the 91 to 93K range for me personally on Bitcoin. If that happens, in other words, the price pulls back as expected to hit that $85,000 range for Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen to SUI that's already rinsed all of its profit off from yesterday? It's probably going to go lower. Okay, so you got to recognize this is just no matter how fundamentally strong or how much you love a certain coin, we got to respect the fact that this is not a very good situation. This sell-off has been a lot more aggressive than some altcoins. I wouldn't say most because a lot of altcoins are getting just demolished today, but that's kind of where we're at. Am I telling now? Does that mean that you just instantly flip short because I don't want you to take a long or don't recommend taking a long? Absolutely not. That's a terrible idea. Some people that seem to think that trading is either taking longs or shorts at any given time, you have to open one in either direction just as you live and breathe, that's wrong. You don't do that. That's just terrible practice, okay? Keep in mind, Bitcoin maintains 90,000 or higher. We're probably going to see a nice rally, relief rally here for this coin. We're getting close to breaking out, so I don't want you to think that we're just in the doghouse completely, but there's nothing here so far on the back end or just with Bitcoin that's really exuding positive scenarios here for this coin. Anyways, we'll just quickly look here at the monthly. Sorry, this is a weekly time frame. And just to clarify, we're above the 20-day, above the 50, that's down there at the $2 range, but below the 20-day SMA. So kind of in between some important moving averages there, just letting us know that there's no established direction or trend. We are under 50 on the RSI now officially, which is definitely a bearish sign, and stochastic swinging down with MACD diverging. There's a lot of reasons why further downside from a macro perspective is sensible. It's likely to happen just from a momentum standpoint. But I don't take trades on momentum or one time frame. I like to average everything in and kind of get a blended average, okay? That's what I do in life. Anytime you make a decision, do you just take the first thing that comes your way and you just jump right in? Or do you kind of just gather more information and try to make an informed decision? You probably should do the latter just because, after however many years of trading and just being alive, I can tell you it's a good strategy in general. Daily time frame we're looking at here, we're under the 20-day SMA, rejected quite soundly there, that 0.5 fib level at roughly 315 to 320. I've mentioned previously this is a very important level for us. We had a lot of previous daily candlestick closures above that level previously, and now it's important to recognize this. We need a lot of volume, we need some sustainability above that price to feel confident taking along. So that point of interest to me is at 315 to 320. A closure above that level would signify some pretty significant continuation higher. Okay, so again, that's kind of where we're at there. But if we look bullish engulfing candle yesterday, so far today, trying to bearishly engulf that previous candle, it's not a good look here on this coin. But once more, profit's going to be taken. That's generally how it works. You cannot be surprised at this point that the price is pulling back for this coin. Most coins are just like all profit from yesterday is completely rinsed from the market. It is insane how uncanny that is. It just happens all the time. So if you're surprised by it, you probably shouldn't be trading crypto. Always reference the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frames to kind of see where you're at. And on the daily here, we're under 50 on the RSI. That's usually a barometer of bearish divergence. Same thing here as well with stochastic swinging up. Well, that's like a little consolation. Most people would call that a hidden bullish divergence. I think that's crap. That's garbage. You don't trust one indicator on a certain time frame. Everything else is pointing down. We're still below key level resistances, regardless of a MACD convergence, right? So momentum, once more, momentum standpoint, not really a good trading technique or tool in the big picture without other supporting factors. If you're below a trend line, momentum means very little. Okay, you want to take that momentum with the trend break, letting you know that you've shifted gears and that there's less opposition. We're really just trying to identify if there's more bulls or bears at any given time and which direction they're going. Now, right now, they're going down. It's best not to try to trade against that. Okay, 4-hour time frame, we can recognize similar scenario here. A lot of confluence at this area of roughly 290. We've seen that 290 level before, and we'll see it probably consistent again moving forward. It's that area of support that we need to close above in order to have some legs to stand on here. Just like Solana is at the 160 mark and Bitcoin is at 90,000. We need to have these levels of just holding above these key levels in order to have that leg to stand on. Between now and then, we close below that, the likelihood of further downside is higher. That's all there is to it. We're back under 50 on the RSI here as well, back under our moving average. Money flow index pulling back, stochastic swinging down, MACD diverging. We pretty much have 9 out of 10 reasons not to take a long position. Keep in mind, folks, I need to preface this too and kind of let you know, this coin is one of the few coins that responds quickly and fast. So a lot of times once you recognize that we've had a significant divergence, it'll shift momentum and just go straight up from there. So I don't want you to try to take a short here either. It's probably best to wait for a better price point to the downside for a long position, which again may or may not happen, right? That's the funny thing. That's how tricky the market is right now. Tons of false positives. That's really all it is. Ichimoku Cloud, this is confirming that we've broken below. So hypothetically, the price comes up to this $3 range. Between 3 and 315 is a rough estimate of a good consideration for a short. Once more, I don't propose taking shorts in this coin. I'm never going to short this coin again, but I can tell you there's a lot of shifting in momentum here, and the 4-hour time frame looks abysmal, and the hourly time frame is confirming that we've since shifted gears back to a bearish type of divergence. So this generally just implies we're probably going to see more downside in the relative near future, or just more importantly, just some chop underneath that 315 mark. When we close above 3 or 315, that's when you maybe want to consider taking a trade. Between now and then, folks, patience is really important. Try not to just FOMO into this coin because it's your favorite coin. Try to exercise some patience and recognize that, hey, you're going to miss some opportunities, but most of the time, the missed opportunities are the ones that are going to get you burnt. So hope that makes sense and I described this correctly. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Future reference, we do have an awesome deposit bonus reward this month here for Bitunix, March 14th. Take advantage of that if you haven't already. And then, of course, reference my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you want to stay kind of on top of this stuff that I talk about here today and other relevant information. All right, folks, hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.